The sun always rose softly over Lagos, spilling gold light through the wide windows of the apartment Ada and Kemi shared. Their home was on the third floor of a fine building in Lekki. White curtains danced with the morning breeze. The scent of fresh coffee often filled the air. Laughter lived there too. Ada and Kemi were not just friends, they were sisters by choice. Two young, black Nigerian women chasing dreams in a loud, busy city. They cooked together, danced in the living room, and talked late into the night about love, money, and the future. Ada was the one in love, and not just small love, the big kind. Her boyfriend, Tunde, was the type of man people turned to look at twice. Tall, dark, broad shoulders, neat beards that framed his jaw. He smelled of clean cologne and fresh hope. He was rich, yes, but more than that, he was soft with her. He sent flowers on random Tuesdays. He bought her bags she didn't ask for. He called her my wife, with a smile that could melt stone. Kemi would clap and scream whenever gifts arrived. "See love, oh," she would tease, hugging Ada tight. But sometimes when Ada wasn't looking, Kemi's smile would fade too quickly. A month before Valentine's Day, something changed. Tunde stopped calling the way he used to. No more long midnight talks, no more sweet good morning messages. When he called, it lasted seconds. "Are you okay?" Ada asked one night, her voice shaking. "I'm fine, just busy," he said, and hung up. Busy became distance. Distance became silence. Silence became fights. And one painful evening, it ended. Ada cried into Kemi's arms. "What did I do wrong?" Kemi stroked her hair. "You deserve better," she whispered, but her eyes were cold. 1 week before Valentine's Day, Tunde came back. He showed up at their door with red roses and tears in his eyes. He apologized. He blamed work. He said he was foolish. Ada believed him. Love made it easy to forgive. Valentine's morning came bright and sweet. A knock. A delivery man stood at the door with bouquets, chocolates, boxes wrapped in red ribbon, and a letter that read, "Happy Valentine's Day, my heart." Ada screamed with joy. Kemi hugged her tightly. 1 hour later, another knock. Another delivery man. Same sender. Same flowers, same chocolates, same red ribbon. "For Kemi," he said clearly. The room went silent. Ada laughed nervously. "Maybe it's a mistake." "It's not," the man replied, reading Kemi's full name from his list. The air felt heavy. Ada's hands began to shake. She turned slowly to her friend. "Kemi?" Kemi did not cry. She did not deny. She simply crossed her arms. "Yes, I've been seeing Tunde." Those words broke something deep inside Ada. "You're lying," Ada whispered. "I'm not. He chose me." Ada called Tunde immediately. Tunde responded, calm. No shame, no fear. "It just happened," he said. "I didn't plan it." Her heart shattered in real time. She packed her bags that night. The argument between the girls was loud and ugly. Words flew like sharp knives. Tears fell like heavy rain. And Ada left. Months passed. Tunde and Kemi stayed together. They posted pictures, smiled wide, acted in love. But cracks began to show. Tunde started noticing small lies, stories that didn't match. He found out Kemi had filled his ears with false things about Ada, that Ada was cheating, that Ada was using him. All lies, carefully planted. The truth hit him hard. He broke up with Kemi without thinking twice. 2 months later, Ada sat alone in her new apartment. It was smaller, but peaceful. She was reading when her phone rang. And it was Tunde. She almost ignored it, but she picked. His face filled the screen. He looked different. No shine, no pride, just regret. "I messed up," he said, tears falling freely. "Please hear me out." She listened quietly while he confessed everything, the lies, the tricks, the truth he was blind to. "I lost the real one," he cried. Ada cried too, but her voice was firm. "You broke me." "I know. I'll spend my life fixing it." It wasn't easy, but slowly she saw change, real change. He showed up, he stayed, he proved himself without excuses. A month later, one evening in Lekki, Kemi sat alone under a tree near her street. The sun was going down and the air felt heavy. She had been avoiding this moment for weeks, but the silence in her chest was louder than her pride. She picked up her phone and stared at Ada's name. For a second, she almost dropped it. Then she called. When Ada answered, she didn't waste time. Her voice shook, but she meant every word. She apologized, not just for what happened, but for who she became. She admitted she was jealous. She admitted she hurt her. She asked if they could meet, just once, to talk properly. Ada was quiet. You could hear the hesitation. But after a pause, she agreed. They decided to meet at 9 p.m. at a shawarma spot in Lekki. That night, they sat across from each other under the bright restaurant lights. No drama, no shouting, just two women trying to be honest. Kemi apologized again, this time face to face. She cried, not to manipulate, but because she finally understood what she had lost. Ada listened. When she finally spoke, her voice was calm. She told Kemi she forgave her, truly, but some things don't go back to the way they were. "I wish you well," Ada said, "but we can't be friends again. I'll care about you, just not up close anymore." It hurt. You could see it in Kemi's eyes, but she nodded. She knew she deserved that boundary. They stood up, exchanged a small, respectful goodbye, and walked away in different directions. Later that night, Ada was in Tunde's apartment. She was sitting in his arms on the couch, tired but lighter. He held her gently, like he understood what it took for her to let go. "I love you," he said quietly, "and I don't ever want to lose you again. I'm serious about us, about building something real." Ada looked at him and smiled, not the dramatic kind, just the peaceful kind. "I'm not going anywhere," she said. "Let's do this right." He kissed her forehead and she leaned into him. No noise, no chaos, just two people choosing each other.